My question to Sarah is, she clarified the scope of social media she's talking about, as we have a variety that will be more enlightening. And as has been asked, what are the key recommendations? How are we going to configure these mass media being the key influencer so that they become even more effective? Recommendation.
With reference to finance and also time, because it seems that like it is the point which all the other medias are being cooked from, and 0.05, and you realize 0.009 is less than 0.05. This is also
one or two of us will come and carry out an empirical study on the same. So in relation devices that are all around us, there's technology all around us. Almost everything that we are doing is about technology. Everyday life activity, especially the young men who always eat a 3-course meal, that is chai, mkate na mayai. You have integrated it with your smartphone so that when you approach the house, the system automatically puts on your kettle, so that by the time you unlock the door, the water has already boiled and your dinner is ready. We talk about neuroelectronics, a technology that allows us to influence and understand the brain. I am told that there are computers these days, or there are computer systems that can affect your sleep patterns. If you're unable to sleep, there's a computer that can send you to sleep. If you're unable to wake up, you know, if you're wandering off, there's a machine that's able to look into your consciousness. And it's helping us, the people with, for example, follow me on Twitter. So you can actually have these guys following you via virtual reality. We also have augmented reality, whereby you can actually change the perception of your environment. You can add to the natural environment. You can imagine yourself living in the desert, but sometimes it rains heavily and there is ice. Or you can imagine yourself living near the poles, but there is sunlight, using virtual augmented reality, where you can be able to change your perception of the real world. And sometimes when we see such photos, we really get scared because we think another force is actually going to take over. The fact that although we call these emerging technologies, they're here with us, right? Many of those things are affecting us on a day-to-day basis. So now we reflect. Are there ethical issues as we come up with all those technologies? Because in as much as we are encouraging people to come up with innovations, those ones in IT are likely to be around as some of the things we are looked at. Internet of Things, robotics. I'm sure somewhere tomorrow will be shown something called Alex Kane, whereby you're using Google to trace your way around. But we're asking, probably that technology is a friend. That's why many of us have come up with it. But who is endangered? Is this type of animals? Because when you talk about sustainability, we're trying to ensure that such animals yesterday because of how much data you have put on social media. Who will know about the existence and possible interferences of the data? Even when you tell somebody to pull down a website, does your data actually disappear? We normally say that the internet never forgets. In what ways does the technology improve independence or autonomy? Are we so much reliant on technology? And is it a good or a bad thing? To what extent does the technology monitor or control people's behavior, attitudes, emotions, thoughts, moods, and actions? We have likely to be used to introduce the technology widely. If you are following the CBC debate, you will realize that kids in the urban area are doing much better because they can use technology. There are our kids who we gave tablets in the village, but they're still not able to use them. So what are the likely groups that are already marginalized? Do they get? We never thought about M-Pesa, an online mobile money transfer, but look at where we are today. Some of us no longer own bank accounts. Are there foreseeable side effects or unintended consequences of the technology? For example, we gave the example of suicide. Will the technology appear autonomous to users, or will you always think we are products of technology? Will the technology be anthropomorphic, i.e., will it look or act in ways that we normally expect humans to look or behave? Will a robot behave like a human being? Do you want to be served by a robot? Do you like to be served by an ATM, which